pickle the severed head in a burlap sack. You just docked in Ketris, and it's like about mid-afternoon. So you make your way over across the the fish market and towards the grinning jester. I assume just the three of you.
Yep.
Stepping into the cafe, there isn't anyone currently there, except for the male, one of Dio's henchmen, Bernard, I believe. And he kind of looks at you passively as you walk in and says, "Welcome to the Grinning Jester."
Hello, we're here to see Dio.
One moment. And he steps away. After a short couple of minutes, he returns and sort of gestures for you to follow, and you guys head up to Dio's office, as you have many times before. He is sitting there currently reading some kind of, like, reading a book or something, and he looks up and smiles and says, my people, you have returned. I trust that you bring good news and valuable information.
I'll just pick up the sack and plop it on his desk.
He kind of, like, with thumb and forefinger, sort of delicately pulls back the edge to reveal the very pungent severed head with the mask on it, and kind of gives it like a half chuckle, like, well, this is interesting. I think some context is needed.
Right. Okay. Where to begin? I'll go through pretty much just what we found in the like crypt, I think, is
okay.
I'll pay close attention to like the describing the ritual that I saw when I touched that circle, and what I recall from like when they're doing surgery on the back of these guys' heads or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, he sort of like, as you're talking, he's sort of like nodding and examining the head. He puts one hand on the little like pygmy skull on his desk, and the other hand puts like a glove on from his like desk drawer, and just sort of like gently rotates the head by the mask. Let me make a roll for him. Okay. Yeah, so once you finish talking about the ritual, are you going to mention any other details, like the aftermath of you guys, like them like searching? Well, I suppose if you're not going to mention the items you took, then you wouldn't mention that.
We were gonna mention the items that we took. We just didn't want to bring them just in case.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about that.
Right or anything.
Okay. All right. So you took some stuff, and they were pretty mad about you taking the stuff from the temple.
Yeah, I'll tell them. We also stole some relics. They were in some reliquary nearby, and I broke in and took a few things. All their things.
Kind of chuckles and says, I would expect nothing less. Are you going to tell them about the offer you received on the way back?
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know why we wouldn't. Yeah,
Okay.
we got an offer from what's his? I have his
Black
Armiger.
Man.
Blackman.
Yep.
No, Armiger's that other guy.
Armor's the other guy.
We received a message from Blackman via one of these ravens, offering us to talk outside the fort up the river south of Hallamore. We figured that was a shit idea, but thought you might like to know.
Interesting. Possible base of operations. Yes, you're right. It was probably a trap. Them trying to get their items back, or find out more information, at the very least, about who you are.
Probably.
Well, this is not particularly well. Well, it's better maintained than I would expect it to be from a long journey at sea, but there is some. If it was fresh, we could get a better look, but you see here, and he kind of like twists the thing around. There are scars on the back of the neck. The surgery that you mentioned, it seems like they have been injections into the spine.
I'm not a doctor, and our doctor is.
Yeah, you don't really see the holes there. If he points them out, and they're like very, very hard to make out amongst the like pickledness and rot.
Right.
Very interesting. Sets the head down and goes to open another drawer and like starts sifting through some letters and stuff, and says, so these relics that you acquired, they're magical in nature?
Well, two of them are. One of them is this crystal orb that helps you see the stars, more or less. And the other, I don't think we figured out what that was. It's a spearhead made of, it looks like gold, I think, if I recall correctly.
Yep. That's right.
But it's not gold, and it's like hot to the touch. The third relic is not magical. Just like their saint's ashes or something. They seem really pissed about that one.
I imagine that they were.
That'd be the one they'd pay the most to get back.
Yes, possible useful as bait or ransom.
The urn is also pretty much solid gold, I think, so that's worth something.
Well, it would be. They are, of course, your property, as that was part of the deal. Anything besides mission-relevant items you would keep for yourselves, but I would be interested to examine them, and perhaps I could appraise the magic items and give you a bit of insight. And if you are willing to part with them, I could also certainly give you a price.
Well, we'll bring them back around later then.
Very well. And he seems to have finished like reading or finding whatever he was doing amongst it seemed to be like letters or scrolls. And he puts them back away and says, I believe I know who this or what this ritual, at least I have an educated guess. You said that there was a theme of purifying and purity about it?
About the whole damn place, really. But yes, the circle itself, I'd say something along that lines.
I have heard rumors of a new mage hunting strategy, shall we call it, that those Costran witch hunters in Pangola have been looking into, and it concerns the alteration of a person to strengthen them against use of magic, using Siphon and Auspex, as well as some other more significant alterations.
But do you know, are they human afterwards, or are they more
I'm not sure.
Hallows?
Perhaps something in between. From the information that my sources have managed to gather, they are referring to these people, if you'd like to call them that, as banishers. I think perhaps that is what your Cardinal Thoreau is trying to set up.
I will say, when I cut this one's head off, it didn't seem scared or have any emotion, and it was surrounded by about, I think, 5 others just like it, and they didn't seem to register any emotion at all, so that's...
I imagine their process is tends to strip away a lot of that. From what you've told me, at least. Well, that is enlightening information, and I think it will be very valuable in the right hands. I think that you have more than fulfilled your side of the bargain with this, as it stands, as such, and he pulls out an envelope and passes it across the desk to you. I have managed to procure a frigate for you. You have, in part, you have Captain Faiza to thank, as she assisted me in the acquisition, and it was not particularly easy to do without arousing suspicion, shall we say.
May I ask where it came from? Should we expect anyone to be looking for it?
You will not have any problems with that, but it would be best not to ask where it came from.
Alright. I'll open the little letter and look through it.
It's it's like a deed, basically. Just saying, like, yes, I am the lawful owner of this ship, and the ship's name is your name, and the ship's name's empty, so.
Got it.
Alright, yeah, so, he says, now, moving on to future business opportunities. I do not have anything in particular for a crew of your specific talents at the moment, but I am looking into something that may bear fruit in the coming months that I would be much appreciative of your help with.
Do you want to go into any specifics, or leave it at that?
Not at the moment. I have ways of contacting you, and he sort of like taps the amulet that's sitting off to like the side on his desk.
The raven thing?
Yep.
Got it.
Speaking of which, you received a message from him about the like mage control collar thing that you sent when you were up in Alamore.
Yep.
So his message was fairly short, well, medium-like, but it basically said he has heard of such like sympathetic magic connections before, and has a couple potential solutions, but they would not be one that could be easily conveyed through a letter. So if you're able to return, he could provide further, or when you return, you could provide further insight. So in the present, he says, speaking of the letter that you directed to me concerning the shackling of mages, specifically the Costran methods. That is a type of ritual magic that the witch hunters of Costra have perfected over the years. It is not particularly familiar to me, but I am aware of certain things that could be done to break it without harming the individual. Unfortunately, the methods that I know of are they are beyond my power to perform. I do not know of your particular skills. They would require a magician of no small skill. And they require, well, with this specific collar, to undo what is essentially a life sentence, one requires payment in equal quantity, which the simplest method would be a sacrifice. There are
a goat, or does it have to be a human?
Equal in value, so a human would be necessary, or something more powerful. Perhaps a exceptionally magical creature could do as well.
The ashes of a saint?
He kind of seems to think about it for a second and says, it's... The ashes are... could certainly be used in a ritual, but I do not know if they would be applicable to this exact situation, as their value is more immaterial than living.
I'm sorry, I don't know much about these things. Do you know much about ritual magic?
I have academic knowledge of it, but in practice, as I am no magician, I am not able to perform any but the more simple of incantations, such as the exorcism, which I provided to you on our last meeting, I believe it was.
Maybe.
I
can
know
come...
mages who may have other solutions. It depends, of course, calling upon such favors is costly.
Maybe when I bring those items around later, we can talk a little more about ritual magic. I'm quite interested, and you seem to know a fair amount.
I think I know enough that I would be able to teach you the basics.
Yeah, me too.
He nods and says, very well, we will discuss it on your return trip, or your return meeting.
Fantastic. Last question. Is the frigate docked in the harbor?
Yes, he tells you like which dock. It is on the edge beyond the fish pier, or the fish market.
And did we ever technically like fully own the Zoot Sloop Riot?
Yeah.
There was, because once you paid off the debt from that, you're like, okay, but we own another ship.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of because like the Zoot Sloop Riot was like paying for the other one. So you do have a paper that says you own it.
Okay.
So
I assume somebody has like a bill of sale to transfer it over or whatever.
Yeah, you would handle the specifics of that, I guess. You probably would have done that when he handed you the
Right.
letter.
Yep. Okay.
He's not going to give you both ships at the same time.
We're also not going to run off with both.
No, that would be very stupid. Be like, tee. Oh, okay.
I have both the papers. I win.
Not how this works.
The papers say I own it. You take us to court.
No courts here.
I think we were the court for the last people who did stuff like that.
Yep. That's how it works out in the wilds. Alright, yeah, so that is, I believe that's everything. So he says, in the meantime, while I'm looking into my future projects, shall we call them, feel free to come to me if you are in need of appraisal or acquisition for exotic merchandise you happen to acquire or need.
Well, I think we're gonna be back in a bit, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I think he's talking other stuff.
Yeah, like in the besides that meeting.
I think he's just offering to be a fence.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, great. I'll stand up and give him a little bow, I guess.
He sort of nods and says, once more, a pleasure doing business.
A little bow.
Pleasure's ours. No, turn around and walk away.
Yep. Bertrand sees you out.
Well, we should start moving stuff over to our new ship.
Yeah, so so you go to the frigate, and let me share this with you. So it has cannons. You don't have to switch those out, but you do. That is all it has. So you need to switch out your like cannon or your ammunition and stuff. Also, something I noticed when I was checking this stuff is you guys are like out of provisions, pretty much perfectly. There's like 2 days of provisions left for the entire crew.
As planned.
Yeah, it's perfect. You basically don't even have to move any of that stuff, but you will need to buy some more. Oh, and I guess you also have food in your you got a bunch of wheat, bushels of wheat.
Here, men, eat this wheat.
Well, I'm just gonna have Doomy sell that.
Yeah, so that you don't have to worry about transferring that. That just goes landside, and Doomy can sell that in the next couple of days. Also, you currently all of your crewmen. You have 23 crewmen, including 8 officers, which includes yourselves. And that is enough to sail a frigate. You need 16 people to sail a frigate. It is pretty much a skeleton crew with all the officers, so that is something to consider. I think you have enough to like sail the ship, but not really enough to fire any of the guns while you do that.
Thank you for shifting over the 3 times wart cream, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. No, I just copy-pasted the entire thing, so...
I would have noticed if it was missing.
Somebody took it and put it down in like the little box that it's in, sitting wherever. Oh yeah, and also there's a map that I made for the ship. You got a lot more space than you did. With
man,
3 full decks and a
Oh
hold,
my god!
including a lower gun deck.
Look at all these fucking space. 2 gun decks. I guess. Wait, Are there no guns on the top deck? Oh no, the top deck is on the left.
Yep. So yeah, currently the setup is a broadside of 8 cannons and then 4 bow cannons.
Got it.
With 2 rows of 4.
We're gonna have to rework the ammunition.
I already did that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
It's actually nice and simple because you
It was just double, right?
Yeah, so you just have because you got double the cannons, so now you have half the ammo.
And we have a whole sick bay.
Yeah.
For our doctor.
3 brigs.
We don't have to stuff or tie people to like a post.
And there are also 7 officer bunks, not including the captain.
7 officers.
Well, we do 8 total, including the captain's cabin. So you actually, I believe that is perfect. I didn't even plan.
Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, I feel like
that's pretty standard.
That's by design on accident, right? Because we have 1 officer for every position.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you actually have 1 free bunk because there's the galley has a bed for the cook.
Yeah, you don't need
that. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll have an honored guest at some point.
Yes.
Maybe we could do like a Sailor of the Month type thing.
You get to sleep in the room. Also, the captain's cabin has windows. And the 2 upper rooms up here have hatches in them. There's like gray lines on this deck that have like little. That's where the hatches are. Either cannon ports or just windows to throw stuff out of.
Give my birds some air.
Yep.
Damn. This is sweet.
I say we just hang out in port for a few weeks.
Yeah, this is quite the upgrade.
So yeah, there's a lot of things to do. One, we gotta sell all our shit and we're not getting new cargo. We're going whaling, right?
Yeah.
That was the plan.
So we gotta sell all our shit.
I mean,
we gotta be going places.
If we're getting more crew, if we're going whaling, we're gonna need more crew.
So
preferably ones who have been whaling in the past.
Yeah. So forgive me if I'm wrong, but whaling with at least this style of vessel, you don't actually deck it and then you just like drag it behind, right?
Yes. So, well, you guys want to give me a common knowledge roll to see if you know what whalers do?
Oh, fuck. I was probably on a whaling vessel at one point.
Can I get a bonus because in my backstory I explicitly claimed I was a whaler?
Sure, yeah. Give me a +2 for that. Yeah.
I got a 6.
Alright, I got a 4.
I got me a 6.
I definitely did some whaling in the past because I got a 10.
Okay. Yeah, so as you guys are standing on the deck of your new frigate, watching your crew sort of move the stuff that you have in, your work cream and everything, discussing what you want to do next, and it's like, we should go whaling, get some good cash that way, which, as it happens, you guys have all served on a ship that has done whaling before at some point. So the general process for whaling ships is you go out in the longboat to actually hunt the whale because you don't want it to hit your ship and then you are just doomed because you're out in the open ocean with a longboat. You go out to hunt with the longboat and either use like thrown harpoons or there are harpoon guns that are used like they have like a black powder charge and they're sort of like muzzle loader type things to fire harpoons at it. And once the whale is dead, you like hook it to the side of the boat and you carve away chunks to then like boil the fat to make it into oil to store in the hold. So the whole process is very messy and it takes quite a while, but it's a pretty good payout if you have people who know what they're doing. Carving it up.
Do we go whaling?
So we gotta. Here's my plan. 5-point plan. 1. Doomy sells all our shit. 2.
So far, I like it.
We go out and purchases provisions. Yeah. 2. We go out and get some crew, specifically probably some guys who can do whaling.
All right.
3.
Yeah.
We bring that shit, the magical stuff to Dio and learn some ritual magic. 4. I mean, we gotta talk to Midge, right?
Right, I'm definitely gonna go to Old Midge for a bit.
5. We move boats, I guess. We have to move all our shit. It's turning into a 7-point plan, by the way. 6. Get some fucking money. Go get a whale.
Yeah.
7. Profit.
So quick question.
Money and money are 6 and 7.
Yep.
Quick question. Do we have a longboat on our frigate? Or
There are 4 longboats on this.
So,
Okay.
So no.
Each one can accommodate 6 people comfortably.
We don't have.
I didn't put them on this map here because it would be too much clutter, and they're like sort of on their side up next to the mast, so they don't really take up much space when they're not being used.
we are gonna have to go buy all of the whaling equipment too. We're gonna have to get some harpoons, maybe harpoon guns, some like rendering stations. I don't know what those would be called.
The hooks.
No, like the boiling the fat down to the oil.
Oh yeah,
Rendering the fat.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, some of that like you would have in the galley probably, but not the quantity that you need. And also you eat from that pot, so.
Is that something where we can drag the whale back to port and just sell it to a rendering plant?
Or maybe to like an oil, or I mean, not oil, maybe to like an island.
I mean, most of the time you're looking for them out on like the open ocean. So if an island is close by, you could probably do that. But most of the time, what ships do is just carve it up on the open ocean and bring it back, because you can't really sail very much with a giant carcass hanging off the side of your ship. I mean, you can, but it's very slow going. And then you know, of course, if it's in the water too long, you got a bunch of like sharks and other things coming to nibble at it.
We'd get squidded. That'd be awesome.
You gotta keep them away.
Let's use it as Kraken bait. And then we'll go
That's
Krakening.
your payout.
Then we'll go Krakening. That's got to be payout. It's like triple.
Maybe. I guess you don't know what the market is for krakens.
Hey Ben.
Sure. Yeah.
What size is a whale?
That is a good
Classified?
question. I will get to. I will tell you in 1 second. The other thing that I was going to say was, from all of your common knowledge rules, you know, in the Cursed Sea, the main sort of whaling region, whales aren't as common in like the actual inner Cursed Sea. They tend to be more populated out in the Endless Ocean. And the best spot around here is beyond the Storm Talon Point and Al Nahir, sort of south of the Cursed Sea.
Can you do that again?
That's where,
Oh, way down there.
in this area, yeah. That's where most of the whalers around here go. Sometimes up along, like a little further along the coast. That's probably how you got to Casa Bay, where you guys started, Robin. Just, you know, whalers out in this region.
I honestly like don't know how much sailing or whaling I've done. I rolled my knowledge skill well, but this is all like theoretical. I haven't had any experience.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't really seem like something that you would, Mr. Dibs would be into.
No.
So,
But he's into it now.
you heard about it. You drank with some whalers at a bar once.
So fun thing, 5 of the examples in the size table are actually whales.
Yeah.
The beluga is size 5, the sperm whale is size 8, the humpback is 9, bowhead is 10, and a blue whale is size 11. The biggest one aside from mythical creatures.
Size 5 to size 11.
Okay, so with with 10 power points, I could beast friend control a whale. Would just take 10 power points.
Oh my god, that's pretty great. Also, here, since Tara got a raise on her common nodule, so I'm just gonna throw this whole chunk of my notes into Discord about different types of whales, because I didn't just copy all real life whales, because that would be boring. The first like 5 are the common ones. The other 3 are like almost never seen.
The immortal reefback,
the Thunderblight Colossus, and the deep.
God. Several hundred to several thousand feet long. Yeah, that shit doesn't. That's not exist. That's an old sailor's tale.
Yeah, that's something like Tara. You heard about that, like you've heard stories about that sort of thing in taverns, but that's all. It's like it's probably just bullshit.
The lion turtle of this world.
Yeah.
Awesome. That totally exists.
Duplicitous Dave once told me a story about meeting an immortal reefback and befriending.
Never trust Duplicitous Dave.
No.
Yeah, so that's whale stuff.
So yeah.
What a weird cat log. We have one strike carrier and then types of whales.
Yeah, I know. That's the having the 2 games and the 1 chat log is funny. Just like all right, yep, and then sci-fi whales.
Different types of whales, all sorts of whales. We got the greater keelback, the shark whale, the Nora whale, and the immortal reefback. Also, did we mention 1 to 4 anime-powered psychics?
Beautiful.
All right.
You mean there's this anime about whales?
To run then. I'll go try to procure as much whaling materials as we can. If you want to go get the whalers.
I'll go get the whalers.
Sure.
All right, so yeah, we'll go into like the first week of downtime here. So first things first.
We just want to go drop off those items right away, and then we can come pick them up later.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll do the like rolling for the week, and then we'll have that conversation with Dio.
Okay.
All right, so for wheat. See how much you get for the wheat. Normal amount. So you get 200 marks per unit, so that's 800 marks in total for that.
All right. I'll divvy it up.
All right. So then Robin's going to look into getting whaling supplies, and Tar and Mr. Dibs, are you both going recruiting?
Yep.
Okay. So that would be either a common knowledge roll or a persuasion roll for the both of you.
Alright, both, or is one assisting?
Well, yeah, one assist the other.
Okay, who wants to... You want to go, Captain?
I am a D4 in both
Same.
of those. Okay.
So, go for it.
Okay. I'll do a common knowledge. I'm not a persuasive.
Oh, shit.
You
Well, I failed on my persuasion.
fuck fucking D4.
for acquiring boating stuff.
Oh, there it
Yeah.
is.
How'd
Get to
you
that
do,
in a second.
Mr. Dibbs?
What?
How'd you do, Mr.
I
Dibbs?
dropped my D4 on the floor. Okay, I didn't help. I got a 3.
Damn it. I also got a 3. I mean, we need crew.
All right, I'll Benny. Because
Well, wait to see what I do when I Benny.
okay,
I'll let you know if it's worth it.
Gotcha.
Don't bother. Oh fuck! I found all the whalers.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
14. All right. So
I happened to pass by a decommissioned whaling ship, and all their crew just got fired.
So the Ketris is not the most. It's not the town for whalers, just by location and reputation. It's more of a skullduggerous location. But you do find some people who. So you don't really find anyone who's like specifically into whaling. But you do find some more crew who have done such things in the past.
I mean, I don't want pure whalers. I want people who are pirates but have also done whaling.
That is who you're finding here. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Perfect.
not veteran whalers. They're sailors with experience in whaling.
Unfortunately, you also run into a lot of problems with the teeth.
Oh.
And so there's a lot of there's significantly fewer recruits because of that whole thing. And after a couple of days, it seems apparent that your name has been shared pretty thoroughly through that gang, and you are very decidedly not friends with them. So that reduces the number of people you're able to get. That being said, with your good roll, you still managed to get 8 people.
Oh,
Should we go kill that
the teeth.
thing?
Let's just kill them all.
I mean, and then
They're getting real annoying now.
And then we'll issue a thing about like we don't give a shit who takes over in their place. Just know that we're
Don't fuck with us.
yeah, we're the ones really in charge. We can change the hierarchy at any point.
What's the name of that southernmost?
Maybe when we get back, I think we have enough to just do whaling right now.
Yeah.
But once we get back, we're probably gonna do real piracy,
Right.
and we'll need some actual big crew, and then we can maybe do that.
All right.
The southern city is Almahir. So if you are looking for more whaler type, like if you want more crew, it's possible you could go down there, stop, and try and recruit a few more.
I'm thinking during this week we also just go ahead and load up on rum and just go to Almahir and sell it, and then go whaling from there.
It's not. You've been there before, Robin. It's kind of a bleak town. There isn't much in the way of like agriculture there. So they're saying like rum and food and stuff are good to bring down there. But it is pretty bustling with whalers and mercenaries.
Sounds like a good place to get some whalers and mercenaries.
Yeah, that's why the ships hang out there.
No.
All right, so that was that, and then Robin, you got a crit fail on your
Persuasion
acquisition.
to buy harpoons. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So this is like one of the days when you're trying to do this. You go over to Shad's Weapon and Munitions. You've been there before for various things. He's a fairly friendly guy who doesn't really mind selling large guns to a girl.
Yeah.
Or anybody, really. He'll sell anyone a cannon. But at this point, Doomy is acquiring your rum, and you're by yourself. And as you sort of like enter into the shop, a pair of guys. They look like patrol officers, sort of like walk in behind you, and they're giving you kind of like an unpleasant sort of like glare. And
If this isn't the candy store, where am I?
One of them is like a little carrot girl. Why are you here?